In this video, I'm going to give you 6 tips that's going to help you not make mistakes while booking your next short-term rental. And a lot of these tips will save you some money. Money. Welcome, my beautiful people. Fernando David here. And I want to begin with the very first tip that I'm going to give you. And that is knowing what you want to book. Having an understanding of where you want to book and what you want to book is going to save you a lot of time. I like to use the Airbnb platform to search for properties. Now, I don't oftentimes book a property on Airbnb, and I'll explain why, but Airbnb is a very easy platform to navigate. And everyone and their mothers on Airbnb it's the number one short-term rental platform on the market. So I like to use it for that reason. But when I get on there, I know exactly what I want to, where I want to be, and what I'm looking for. So it saves me a lot of time. So that's tip number 1. Tip number 2 is I oftentimes don't book on Airbnb because I shop around. There's other platforms in which that I will probably find that property in, and oftentimes they're listed for much less. I'm going to give you 3 platforms that for sure you're going to have a better experience if you book in one of these 3 platforms. The first one is a platform that many of you may not be familiar with as it relates to short-term rentals, and that is Hopper. Hopper has gone into the short-term rental game. Hopper is not just a great place to book airline tickets. Now you can book a short-term rental on Hopper. And here's why I know you're going to find that property for less on Hopper. Because as a host, if you're going to advertise your property on Hopper, you have to list it for less than it is on any other platform. For example, the minimum discount that you have to list it for on Hopper is 10%. Also, Hopper has less fees than Airbnb. So look at Hopper as an option. On the negative side is because it's brand new, a lot of times you're not going to find the property on Hopper. Now, the next one, Marriott Homes and Villas. Now, you can go on the Marriott website and you will find short-term rentals. Now, you may not find them cheaper, but here's why I like Marriott. I like it for 2 reasons. Number 1, if you are a Marriott member, you can book that property using points, or you can get points for booking that property. That's one reason I like Marriott. The second reason I like Marriott is because every property on Marriott is vetted. It's not like putting a property on Booking or Airbnb or VRBO. No, Marriott vets every property. There's certain requirements you have to be on Marriott or you cannot list there. So when you book, have the confidence of knowing that it's a vetted property and that the quality of that property is going to meet Marriott standards. The last one, and I've been preaching this for a long time because I think it's the best way to go, and that's through direct booking. If you find a property on Airbnb, once again, don't just book it, Google the host or Google the property and try to find it off platform and communicate with the host and try to book directly with them. You will definitely get a discount. Oftentimes, it's 50% less. On average, you're looking at 20%. Tip number 3 is making sure you read the entire listing before booking. Read the listing description. Read the house rules. Read the cancellation policy. And make sure that everything meets your needs. I can't tell you how many people book their properties without fully reading the descriptions or especially the requirements, only for us to tell them that the booking's not valid or we can't host them. And the next big one besides the house rules and requirements is make sure you read the cancellation policy. So read everything before booking that property. Tip number 4, this is another big one that you should read. Make sure you read all the reviews. Don't just read 1 or 2. Reading 1 or 2 doesn't give you a clear picture of the actual property. We've been in this business a long time and our rating is pretty high. But properties that we've had on the market for more than 2 or 3 years will have a negative review. We can't please everyone. So if you only read 1 or 2 things then you're going to miss out on a phenomenal property. Vice versa. When I first started traveling, doing short-term rentals way back in the day, I would only read the top 3 or 4 reviews. And oftentimes, those top 3 or 4 reviews were phenomenal. But had I read all the reviews, I would have noticed patterns. And patterns that I'm not comfortable with. I'm going to give you 4 examples. So if someone writes that they didn't like the bed was very uncomfortable, but you may see other guests either say that the bed was good, but more importantly, you may see the host reply, "We hear you, we changed out the bed, and now we believe we have a better bed." It's just an example that can happen, but if you don't read all the reviews and you don't read the response to a negative review or a positive review from a host, then you don't get a clear picture. So make sure you read everything. Number 5, and it goes along those same lines, is heavily relying on Superhost status. In my opinion, Superhost status is just a gimmick. It's propaganda. It really doesn't mean much. What you should be looking for instead of Superhost status is a verified host. Here's the difference between the two. To get Superhost, the criteria to get there is very low. But if you have an experienced host and a property that's been on the market for more than a year, it's very difficult to keep. In addition to, you're going to pay a premium price to book that house that has a Superhost status. The last tip is to communicate. When you book, you should receive some kind of communication from your host. Make sure at that time that you ask all the questions that you have about that property, especially if you have any doubt about something. Ask at that time. Don't wait until you're about to check in, or don't wait till the night before to ask these critical questions, because it may be too late to cancel, to get a refund. And if you do have the ability to cancel, you just wasted a lot of time, because to rebook something is probably going to cost you a lot more because it's a last minute booking. So if you have any questions, any comments, list them below. Hope this information was useful. If it was, hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe, and follow me on Instagram. Love you guys, and I'll see you in the next one.